YouTube's here. Welcome in, YouTube. Sorry for the weird introduction to you guys showing up, but we've been trying to get you guys live for a bit, but YouTube is being a little turd. So we're playing the new beta branch of Manor Lords, and Manor Lords is in alpha release, and they're actually making great strides. But in this particular branch, they've added a new map. They have enhanced some of the pathing AI. They fixed like another problem with the oxen. They've modified trade to make it to where the AI's production actually does affect trade more, as well as my own production. But more importantly, they put in a new tier of housing. So tier 3 housing, which was the white buildings, the stone, the very Gutenberg-esque structures, those will actually be moving to tier 4. And tier 3 is going to be kind of like a stepping stone. The bakeries and the cobblers, for example, will require these tier 3 homes, while the homes will still give you a third family. And the tier 4 homes will now give you an additional family. So they're giving you this verticality that you can have to increase your population, which is great on maps like Jagged Cliffs and some of the other ones where there's not a whole lot of building room. It gives you some verticality, but also it gives farming communities some strength to not level up to Gutenberg status. So we're going to play with that today and see if it actually freaking works. Let's see. So here's where we've started. Now, this is the new map, Twin Lakes. It's got a lake here and a lake here. I just put myself down here to where I am furthest away from just reclaiming. I get asked, why don't you start in the middle? It's so easy to claim territories if you start in the middle. I like being in the corner, especially since this allows raiders to appear off the map in your territory, and you could kill them quickly before the AI has time to muster forces and go out and claim them. In the middle, you will almost always be racing the AI to get that influence for killing those guys. So yeah. So here we are. We've got our small group of people here. As far as the game settings, we are playing with 2 AIs. They are balanced, so they'll be passive and aggressive. There's not actually like a set behavior for them. We did start off with double the resources because we've played the early game so much. I just want to skedoodle past it. Also, by the way, I found out that does give the AI double resources too, so they grow twice as fast. Weather effects on the environment is set at difficult, and we will be accosted by raiders frequently, and there will be multiple camps propagating. So let's get into it. We need to make a plan. This is the layout of this particular area. We've got 2 rich resources, which means we're not a farming community. Our neighboring territory has 2 rich resources, very nice ones, also not a farming community. This one only has 1, which means if I go into construction and Emmer fertility, it is a farming community. So we're going to want that area. It is really weird that the only eel fishing is right in this middle province, but it's also pretty significant. Now, note, at the beginning of the game, remember the 2/3 rule. Highlight over the fish, which is 253. If you build your fishing huts, you need to make the par for fishing this 253, right? So you could fish 132 fish, and then you need to stop. That way, the next season, they come back. If you overfish, one bad drought, and you may be without fish for a good 2-3 years. So yeah. We've got an unlimited source of mushrooms as well. So I'm thinking we need our fishermen. Our fishermen and our foresters are probably going to live in some cabins right near the pond. As for our forestry, I don't want it too far from the building center. So let's put it up here for now. We'll have the King's Road. I just want to get one of these up and going right away. I know it'll reduce the amount of time that we have for, say, building homes, but we gotta get this taken care of. This is not a very high priority, right? I just am doing this for build costs. Let's go into our storage facilities. I'm thinking that we need to put them closer to the market. Obviously, food is going to be on this side. So we're going to put the granary up here. Then I'm going to put our first resource storage, like, right here. Okay, because they're not going to be thinking big city when they first build these areas. We need our granary to be the highest. We need our storehouse to be, like, very high. I also think we need to build this and this as soon as possible. I know it sounds crazy, but this will also help us because we have 1 oxen, and that is not enough, my friends. Oh, look at this cute little shrine. I didn't put that there. If you guys have any questions on the game, please ask. I am by no means an expert, but I have put a lot of hours into the beta builds of this game. So even if you're asking, like, okay, where do you see their development practices going from here on out, I can shed light on what worked and what didn't. Clearly, there are certain things that just didn't work for the game that they ended up going back on that they might improve, or they might just say, probably not. Let's go ahead and increase the speed on this. We could also increase the speed of them gathering supplies by just building a simple road like that. Because then the oxen will take the main road.
Bring this here, move that there, on and on.
Y'all sure do complain a lot. How's our underground water looking? That's not what I meant to do. Oh! Hell yeah! We are going to try to build this right there. I love when there's water in the town square. I think this is where the church is going. For sure. I mean, it's probably more logical that they'd go on the highest point of land. Like, but nah, they're going in the town square. I can't wait till we get better churches. Not only for the influence gain, but the aesthetic of, oh my god, look at that beautiful stone church that took them 50 years to build. All right. We have a livestock order coming in. We have our secondary hitching post. Let's get rid of this one. The free hitching post, if you will.
Come on, lad.
Oh, you know what? Should this be the marketplace? Maybe this should be the marketplace. All right, if this shrine would like to have a road, let's give it a road like this. We're going to build a road by this well. And then I think this might actually be kind of a cool marketplace. We may have to split it into half to do 2 marketplaces. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, that's dope. Okay, that's a cool market. That's a cool market.
Come on.
Come on, hurry up. You people are so slow. What are you waiting on? Oh, 1 log. Jesus. All right, we're going to put a family on that real quick. Now, we're going to play this a little slow. A lot of the times I treat my peasants as if they're expendable. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You go do this now. You go do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's start thinking about food. All right. We're going to need a foraging hut. There's where all the mushrooms are at. So if we put the foraging hut here, we could then build a road that kind of winds through next to this tree. Because, you know, maybe you want to sit in the shade and have a lunch. Or maybe there'll be a camp set up here. We see that a lot in KCD2. And then we're going to take this nice little road and come around the back like this. Okay. We're also going to need fishing to be done sooner than later, believe it or not. Fish respawn every March, every April, and every May. You can fish 1/3 of the fish in March, and then in April, they'll come back. So keep an eye on that date down there in the lower corner, because once it turns to April, we're going to be able to see that that lake is full. So if I could get somebody on it in April to harvest down to 253 fish, getting us 132 fish, then when May strikes around, it will refill, and they can then do the same thing. So you can effectively fish, as long as you set your limit to the starting value that the game has, you can effectively fish that difference 3 times in 1 year. And then you just send your fishermen to go do something else. So my trick is, fishermen fish, or these families will fish. Once that hits the limit after May, they transition over and grab some mushrooms. Oh, the enemy's changing their settlement levels. Are you guys almost done with this thing? No. Where is... Okay, they're working on it. And we've got one family grabbing all the bread, which is nice. It'll take them a bit, but we should have 2 oxen. Or the shepherd should be coming soon with the oxen. Oh, yeah, we do have 2. Oh, there's the shepherd right now. Hey! Things are about to get a lot quicker around here. Jesus. Why did they choose right here? I don't know. They can do whatever they want. Is all the bread taken care of? Okay. Can we get on that, please? We're gonna need to gather the tools. Okay. So now we work on the forager hut and the fisher hut. Obviously, the fisher hut has to be first. Luckily, it was just supplies that were hurt and not food, so firewood, things like that. I really need this fished before... Oh. Wait a minute. 385 divided by 3. I gotta... That doesn't make any sense. Does that mean they didn't... Well, first off, let's pause the game. Let's get... I need to figure this out. I don't think the math, the starting math was right. 385 divided by 3 is 128.33. Okay, so 128 plus 129. Okay, so the threshold is actually 256 with a remainder. So that's what I want. I want 256 fish in the pond. We hit enter. We're going to go to general, and we're going to get 2 families on this stat. I need those fish just completely gone by the end of April. Now, we still have 1 family doing the building, so it's not like nothing's getting done, right? Okay. Good, we're getting that built. That's nice. We'll be getting lumber in a bit. Food and firewood is one of the most important things that you could focus on in the very early part of the game. They'll be miserable about being homeless, but they'll be downright irate by not having food. So we got to make sure that we get this food. All right. So now we have 6. So we could build 3 homes. And the first homes have got to be for the fishermen. So let's do 2 homes for the fishermen. And they'll also have a fine vegetable field. That'll give them something to do when they're not fishing. Okay, all the goods are almost picked up. I know. They may start living the settlement. We're working on it. We're trying to perform miracles here. Right now we need this, the cartier to go deliver her goods. And then we're going to do a little bit of reorganization. Obviously, we're going to have the granary still doing its thing. But once this cart comes back, we actually don't need this at this moment. There we go. Now they are going to spread out and help build. But I actually kind of want them over here. We need to stay ahead of the wood shortages and stuff. There we go. You guys are doing great. Keep on fishing. Actually, there's no race anymore because it's May. So now we can take our time. Pepper, please. I like that emote. Yeah, I got some word right here. Oh my god, Lieutenant General Zombie. It's so small. I love pocket-sized items. We got 2 oxen bringing the logs. We'll have our builders working. It shouldn't take us too long to get more logs. But I think we need to start working on our lumber. Actually, to tell you the truth, these guys are probably going to be pretty wealthy, right? So I think we're going to have to build a good home like this. And, you know what? I think it'd be sick if it had a real cool, function to it. And if we took this and went right back like so, then came up here. Let's have fun with some shapes. I don't think there's any way I could put this fourth dot and have it be any closer, but I could probably... Nope, that's as close as it gets. Alright, I think that'll look cool though. These are the lumbersmiths. Lumberjacks, lumbersmiths. Grower, not a shower. It's so funny because when I see shower, my brain goes, shower? No. Not shower. I would not want Lieutenant General Zombie's shower on me. Okay, we've got one timber that's enough for another home soon. So, we have a family who has moved in and they are currently the granary workers. We don't want that. So we're gonna kick this family out. No, I'm just kidding. We can always upgrade this, right? That's kind of the plan. I actually like the idea that the granary workers just walking down the street to get to their home or to their work. They sure do be doing pretty good, though. Is this shrinking? It's teeming, but it's no longer growing. Huh. Let's have you guys stop that for a minute. And let's have you come over here. So, mushrooms grow in the spring, and they grow in the fall. So I want all these harvested now, and then in the summer we'll continue fishing, and then in the fall we'll come back and harvest these mushrooms again. It's the crop that giveth back goldfish. I don't know why I said that. It just popped in my head, and then it didn't go away. Now we got another family moving in. We have the granary worker and the woodcutter? No. Nope. In fact, Forager Hut, you lost your job. This person here, woodcutter, no. You are now working here. Okay, and what are you doing? Unassigned. I'm okay with this. Let's get another home built. These guys are going to be the woodcutters. Right here. Actually, I should make that the highest priority. They should build that first. We do have the logs for it, right? Do we? Do we not have the logs for it? Do I? Ah, crap. Yeah, here. There you go. Get one person at least chopping wood. All right? We're playing this one slower and more cautiously. We're being a little... Normally we go balls to the wall. We're just throwing designs out there and, oh yeah, fill this. Oh yeah. And then by winter, we've lost a couple families. My goal is to prevent that. I'm not really worried about your guys' happiness, if I'm being quite honest with y'all. I'm worried about your survival. And for that, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm kind of like a hero. Yeah, you know? Taking care of the people. That's my job. It's what I do. We did get a well built. We could potentially build another well. And actually, well, what are the logistics of building one out here? You see, I really like this. The water coverage in this map is just phenomenal. Because they're going to get thirsty and go looking for water. So if I put that there, then they're just going to continually, like, they're going to go, I need to go home. I'm resting. Okay, I'm back at work. Water. Okay, I'm back at work. By doing it like this, they're going to be doing more work than anything. For the people of Yarlism, Yarlbekistan, we have many obligations for you. Give me the mushies. Give me the mushies. So we actually need a whole fucking second family fishing, because the idea is that 2 families will fish the shit out of this who live here, and then they'll go pick mushrooms. It's going to be very logical. All right, we only have 1 unemployed family. So who's building this thing? Huh? How are we doing on wood? That should be enough to build a logging camp, right? Or woodcutter's lodge, yeah. You know what? These woodcutters should probably operate right here. While the population is small, it's okay to have them further away. Then they won't compete with the timber industry. Because it's surprising how much woodcutters chop. They could clear a forest in pretty decent time. All right. We need to pick an origin. That doesn't make a lick of sense for this group. This one is huge, but I really need to find the place for this. My God, Sun Easy. Sir Big Hoss, hello, welcome in. You know, we just got to do this. It's the only one that makes sense for these kinds of, like, there's no fishing. You know what I mean? All right. Here we go. Yes. Dunzo. Haha. Not much, Sir Big Hoss. What's up with you? So I have somebody living here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to unpause this and tell them, hey, people living here, you are the wood people. Okay? That way you're all right here. We now have everybody housed, so we can actually take our people, putting them back on the commodities of the storehouse. Especially since we're going to have wood gathering soon. But I would like to prepare for our wood gathering family to move in by building them a small little home here at the wood production. There we go. So someone could move in next month if they wanted to. Now we should start seeing... Oh, they just started moving in. Seasonal growing. Wow, it's growing like crazy, which is great. We just need to fish before winter. I'm relatively patient when it comes to that regard. All right. I mean, hey, people, welcome in. It was very clear that you were all excited to be here. You get to work really far away from your home. And I know that's contradictory, but to be honest, we got to do it for now. In the meantime, we could get a saw pit going. We're going to need that for planned phase 2 of my plan. So here's how we're going to be building. We're actually going to be expanding toward the lake. So our city is going to kind of look like there's going to be some sort of very boat-based culture. Maybe this lake is rich with fish and eel. It is August. Did we ever build the double home on this place? Yes, we did. Okay. I mean, we're doing the best we can at the moment. Let's get rid of this ugly road. We could build some new homes. We should build some new homes. So... the road slopes, so there would naturally be a path leading down this hill to the lake, right? I feel that that's exactly what would happen. The reason why I'm doing this is because I kind of want to do something like, I would like to build a, like, pier. Like a boardwalk. Cleaning your dungeon? Why bother? Why did I sound... Why bother? Okay, so these are going to be still kind of our rural folks. Living out here. Just tending some small little vegetable farms. We don't really have the need for farmers at the moment. Why do you have dog hair all over your dick? Oh, wait. I don't think you and I are referring to the same thing when it comes to dungeon. Gross, dude. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We've got one unassigned family. And we really need them to fish. So I'm hoping that this gets built pretty quick. Also, I'm really glad I started splitting wood when I did, because it was looking pretty bad. Okay. So, the bandit camp is here in the middle. I don't think there's much we're going to be able to do. And we haven't exactly gotten the alert for the militia yet. But when we do, we'll have an army here ready to grab spears. If we can get this built up. All right. We need a family to move in quick. In the meantime, these are dying now, so could you just go back to the fishing hut? Right? Oh, god damn it. That's not what I meant to do. I accidentally took the bill. Whatever. It's fine. You are doing your job, right? Yeah, you are. Chill, woodcutters camp. Chill. Nobody there yet. There we go. Okay. Now we got somebody here. So, we need to come over here and find our other unassigned person. And you are now fishermen. So now we're going to have both of these families as fishermen. Huzzah, property of the alcoholic. The trick to making them all fishermen is that they will be able to also do mushrooms in the off season. So we're going to be bouncing back and forth pretty quickly. There we go. Okay, let's form the militia. All right, our army is 14 deep. And I need them to be a little stronger than that. I need them to at least have 18 people so that we could take on the bandits. I do like this map on the beta release. It's called Twin Lakes. It's got a really big lake, which is cool, but I actually find this smaller lake more interesting. I think I want to build my manor here and build my wall around this little lake and make that like my fucking lake. Like, this is my lake. No peasants allowed. None of that bullshit. I have my own goddamn fishing. That'd be amazing. My own drinking water. And my own place to dump my shit because I don't think people knew better. Actually, I'm pretty sure they didn't do it in lakes, but, you know. I do need to find somebody else to be that warehouse worker, but he'll be fine. Food is the thing we're actually low on. Make sure the passage go upstream and poof in your water. You know, that's the reason why nobility didn't eat fish. It's because it came from the streams that people pooped in. I mean, they did eat, like, ocean fish, but if you were in England fishing rainbow trout out of the stream, that was definitely more of a peasant meal. And I'm even sure there were some royals that were like, oh, this is my lake and I'll fish out of it. But that's the reason why gout was so prevalent in the upper class, is because of the absence of fish in the diet. Okay, so we're starting to get more builders, but I think we're going to have to do something with our fishing and food development crews here. We need planks. So, luckily, out of our people who live the closest to the wood production, we're going to move them over here. That way, if they're at home and wood gets delivered to the saw pit, they'll walk over here and cut it. If you assign somebody all the way across town and wood gets delivered to the saw pit, they'll be like, oh, there's wood in the saw pit. Get up, walk, 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 chop wood, yeah, and then they leave, and then as they're leaving, the people come over to the lumberyard and restock the saw pit. So then you have to wait for him to go all the way back home, and then he goes, oh, there's planks at the saw pit, and then he comes all the way back. Now, I wish they'd do what they did in RimWorld, where they would allow us to pick... I want times of day to matter, but I would love to be able to pick rest, relaxation, and see how that would contribute to production and happiness. I do want there to be a cap for now to, like, 50 planks, right? What the hell? Did you see how it... There. Also, your people do not get sick as much if they're not walking more than they need to be. Here's the thing, woodcutters. Wood is precious. Okay? Oh, I can't tell them to maintain only a certain amount. That sucks. I would have to slowly deforest the area, and I don't want to micromanage like that. And I don't want to pause them either, because I'll forget. And if I forget, then my people are going to go cold. It's fine. We did get a second family in. Let's plan on having God move in. You know, maybe I will. I think our construction is going to be crippled if we don't get another logging camp set up. Winter is approaching. We did not get to our limit on fish, dang it. Hopefully we have enough to last us through the winter. The only reason why it's kind of frustrating is because it's not that we need it this season, it's that I'm worried about next year. If this is the amount that we're going to be able to get out of this rich resource, it's like, why do we even have it? I may have to build a second fishing hut. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Perhaps it's not even that important right now. I don't know. Let's take this unemployed person over here. Have you work there? Hey, nani, 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 oh, 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 doodle, 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 doodle. See, I like the idea that these people own the lumber production. These are just like workers that are cropping up. But we do have some money, and we do have some labor to associate with that money. Let's get some small little crops going over here for the fishermen to tend to when they're off season. Our enemy has changed to level 2, which they are actually ahead of us because we are only a rank 1. So kind of gives us an idea of the level of progression we've got going on right now. Alright. They would have an orchard. They would 100% have a small little orchard being in the forestry. Also, having a fruit is really good for variety. Even if we have to do quinces, which are not very productive. I'd rather do something like apples or pears. Especially with those smaller orchards. They're just more logical. But what we really need to do is get 4 more timber. That's what we need to focus on. You know, it might also be time to start preparing for a little more of our cattle. Let's get a couple stables here on either side of the market. That's right. We're gonna have to also anticipate upgrading those once we get the church. Oh, we got the timber now. All right, church time. Oops. Ooh, right on this hill would be pretty, but is that where I want to build my fortress? I think my fortress is gonna have to be right up here. We'll put the church up here. I could see people coming down and kind of branching off a well-worn path. I also think we should probably plan on making the King's Road a little wider. We'll figure it out.
Well, perhaps it was simply a bad bet. These things do happen from time to time.
Why is he talking like he screwed something up? Alright, you guys did good, but I need you to stay on that for when the fish start to propagate again. Okay, new families are starting to move in. It is unfortunately looking like we have a drought. We may see the population of fish drop below 256, because it could just be a dry winter, but this should be freezing soon. Might be why it's not freezing. I don't know. Snow's starting to accumulate. Here we go. All right. Are all these homes filled? Good. It's not enough. Let's get these people in here. There. Now all of these guys are going to be having vegetable gardens as well. So what we did last time is we didn't plan ahead for vegetable gardens soon enough, and then we focused on meat. By the time we started getting meat, we didn't have animal byproducts and stuff, and it really crippled our business. So we need to make sure that we're getting vegetables to keep us satiated until we can build the infrastructure for our goats and things like that. Of course, we're going to have to build some apiaries as well. The church is coming up here. And when a church is built, then usually you start people kind of drawing nearer to it. So right now you get the resource-minded folks, you get a church built, and everybody feels safer, closer to God, especially to the market and stuff like that. So we might actually see this lake town shifting the burden of its population up here towards also where the manor will be. Right now, I need the church to be constructed first. Have you guys done built these yet? Good. Let's do carrots. And then the next one I want to do is cabbages. But that's going to take a while. Luckily, we're making the move in the right direction. We're getting this up. How's our population for our troops? We now have 20 troops. So is that still there? Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and bring our forces to bear. Let's not do that yet. Let's instead harvest this iron real quick. And let's just make a good army. And I think I'm going to go the route of pikemen. They're more expensive, but it might be fun to build like a pikeman swordsman style army. I know spearmen are kind of the meta, but still interesting to consider. Anyway. And we're going to build you here. You know, it actually does make sense to build a little temporary road through the trees connected up to... Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you're not even actually connected to the road? Oh, you are. It's just the road got wider there. Sorry. Let's get this built. If we can get the iron, we have the planks. We need a couple homes to get to tier 2 fast. So we need to plan ahead and get those homes blueprinted. We're going to need a production block. I would imagine if we're building our homes like this, this is going to curve this way. If you are delivering metal, metallic goods, iron ore, weapons, shields to the market, you would likely not just go down a steep hill. You would take a gradual path. Which means we could have some homes going this way. It is possible that people, on the other hand, like traveling to and from areas, would definitely develop a path system. But I don't think merchants would favor that. I think they'd go the gentler slope. And we will build some homes. I could alternate build the homes. I think the homes, unfortunately, should... I say unfortunately, but it's not because I'm, like, dismayed by the design. They should really go like this. So what if we were to... Can I make that? How many goods do I need? The hell? It's probably because of where I was clicking. There we go. It was because of where I was clicking. Joiner. Okay. We, unfortunately, are going to need some people to work the bloomery and stuff. So they, too, are going to have to basically be artisans in a way. But we'll have them bulk. Okay? Now, the nice thing is with these burgage plots, we could actually do something like this. You know? And then have a backstretch. So we could break up the block-like monotony. But we are, however, going to need a bloomery, the smithy, before we can continue on. Which means more timber. In the meantime, we'll be getting this church built. Then we'll be able to turn around and start on upgrading these homes to get more people into the town. Which now I'm thinking is really silly. I shouldn't have done that. I should have built these first so that people move in. Oh, well. If we play our cards right, we could have all the people we need within a year to fill every position. We have to mine this stuff anyway, you know? We're still waiting on families to go deliver that. Having all of these builders would not be the worst. We still need one friggin' log. I don't think we're getting too big for a 2-oxen system yet. How are we doing on storage? Concerning. We're gonna have to fix that first. We've got homes being built. All right, let's kick it up a little bit because I want winter to be over. So we're going to start seeing crops grow. Things start to occur. That's going to take a little micromanaging. We've got this finally under construction, but we need more planks over there. And I don't want to upgrade these until the church is built. In the meantime, we are getting the little side buildings built, so that's nice. Almost there. Come on. I hope one of the things they do with Manor Lords is that you could click on one of the peasants and see their, like, thoughts, what they did throughout the day. That would be kind of like RimWorld. It wouldn't have to be super advanced, but I think it would be really interesting. Alright, we got the church built. Now the happiness is going to skyrocket through all the town. which will make people happy and want to participate. Oh my, those homes can upgrade. Unfortunately, beggars can't be choosers. I need crops. I need food. I need a variety. How does the update feel? Honestly, it feels so far okay. I like the map. I haven't really dipped my toes into the other tiers. I am noticing it is running better. I don't know how it looks on your guys' end. I just went... Actually, this is good news. I just went 7 months straight on speed 3 and my oxen didn't break once. I was just kind of seeing how it was... 7 months? No. 4 months. Obviously, though, pausing to do some layout design. These homes need to get filled quick. That's the goal. This one needs a secondary home. And now that they've all been built, we need to get our bloomery structures, our smithies. There we go. Actually, I kind of like how close those are. We need to get those built. And because we are a lakeside society, I would imagine we'd have a trail coming down here where we would then have our charcoal farmers living out in the water where they're gonna potentially get a little stinky. But I always forget about charcoal, and it's very, very useful. Now we need to tell the smithy, hey, I only want 10 hammers at a time. For now. We need to get a steady inflow of ore before we worry about that. So tools, I want... Actually, you know what? 15 is a good number. We'll go with 15. Food is the problem. But this is also the first season that we will have our newly planted vegetable farms actually functioning. How much is it going to cost to equip this orchard? 84? 126. Apples. I think, honestly, pears is going to be the gamble. Even though they'll take 4 years to maturation, it still would be nice to have the pears as soon as we could get. Unfortunately, we're nowhere near making that kind of money, so I'm not too worried about that as of yet. What I'm excited about is getting some of these houses upgraded, which is why I need people over here as fast as possible. In the meantime, I could take these other families. Let's get somebody on the bloomery. Let's get somebody on the smithy. And for crying out loud... What? Come on, guys! Well, I need the iron from the mine. We're going to accelerate our way through some of these building systems. We're going to harvest all of this iron. So I'm going to have, like, every able hand in this mine. Oh, shoot. We also need to upgrade, because it's springtime. We're going to need a large granary. We're going to need a storehouse. And we really got to consider putting a family on the granary and a family on the storehouse. Because there's a lot more logistics that we're going to be having to deal with. Okay, abandoned camp was spotted. Unfortunately, very close to us. So this is sadly something that we are going to have to deal with on our own right now, or else our goods are going to start getting robbed. They're over here. Let's move you right here.
Run!
That other bandit camp is also still there. Interesting. Let's see how many guys we lose in this attack. I would like you to stand in a grouping like so. 4 ranks deep. So if they're here, we could just travel. Actually, no. I think we need to be smart about this and take a rest, get our energy back before we make a move. I always throw my troops in and then they run out of freaking energy. We'll go and stand your ground in case they decide to get ballsy and attack us. I think this isn't too close, but we'll see. They might actually just spring into action. See, the winter's hard on them. If I could get my troops disciplined enough, I think that'd be a good thing. Meanwhile, back at home, is this built yet? It is. Let's get 3 families on that. There we go. You should be able to rest. We were not able to rest.
Stick together, men.
Okay, I want the formation 4 deep. And then just wait. I mean, we're kind of resting. See how this goes. Wait, let's save the game. We always do this. I want to see it from the ground, but I know that it's been bugged for some time. The like third person noble cam doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. That time it did not. So they're still having problems with the noble cam, but I wanted to at least test that. I'm glad I saved before I tried it. Fucking Henry laughing at my ass. He's like, "Ooh, did you get a crash?" Hey, at least, Scott Dog, you know I've been burned too many times by losing hours of progress. At least I saved the game. I'll go into cinematic mode. I should be fine with cinematic mode. Yeah, all right.
It's time for war. Rip their heads off.
Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Keep your defenses, boys! Why is the shield wall not working? Did it? Whoa, 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 whoa. When I loaded my game, did their shield wall not be in operation? Also, I think I prefer the wider layout. Pause. It did. It disabled their fucking shield wall. The fuck? It also completely put them unbalanced. I guess the game's not really intended for them to, I guess it's not really intended for that, which makes sense. Again, why is their cohesion falling apart? Okay, I know why. I have to move them. Because when they change battle positions, they shift around. You don't even know what happened? Oh, yeah, so basically the reason why the game crashes sometimes, you know that really cool third-person noble camera angle that this game's known for? It's kind of funky. It doesn't always work. Defensive, shield wall.
Yes, sire! Yes, sire!
See, they're not charging yet, so we could back up with shield wall. We're also uphill. I know it doesn't seem like it matters, but it does help. How's our cohesion? Good. The charge is over. Now we're pushing. Give ground. Defense. Push. Defensive. Push. Pause.
Push forward, men!
I want you to grab that camp.
Sire!
That was messy. We lost 5 guys, but we did take out a few of them.
Yes,
Hello.
sire!
Send resources to the nearest town. You guys need to fall back.
Faster! Pick up the pace!
Actually, I only need you to do this. The problem is losing 5 guys means that I'm gonna have 5 families that are absolutely devastated and will not do work for a month. I only have 17 families. So that's just the way of life. Are you guys working these? Where are you guys at? Oh my god, Kunigunt lost 2 family members in that battle. So she's not going to be doing anything. Wow. Our fishing industry may have been clipped by that. Oh no, it could be that they're not, it's not that they're dead, it's that they're here. Oh, duh, disband. Okay. So now, I mean, they lost probably 1, but does she have more people in her family? Yeah. Yeah, she only lost 1. Whew. How about this one? Nope. Kunigunt really did just lose all of them. Okay. That's unfortunate. But it did give us nearly enough coin to open up our pear farm, which is what we really want. All right, people. I want this goddamn thing gone. I do not want a single iron in the ground. You will turn the earth. Hey guys, stop crying. Go fishing. It's great. Ha ha ha. You know, I don't have time for them to QQ. I need another family on that stat.
Soon.
What, did all my miners get sad too? Like, what the heck? You always hear the NPCs going, come on, people! Yeah, come on, people. Let's go. At least we got a new family moving in. Here, let's get this and let's get this. Just to improve happiness. I'd like for more families to move in. Are all the people working here broken-hearted people? Pretty much. Now they're starting to get to work. Get to fishing, dude. Come on. We need all of this fish. You guys are being ridiculous. And in fact, this family here. Here's what we're going to do. No fishermen. No. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to see. Do you have a job? No? Good. Fisherman. Do you have a job? No? Good. Fisherman. And do you have a job? You, stop being a warehouse worker and be a granary worker instead. Thank you. And then you, fisherman. It's so easy. All right. I'm done having a crash out. It's fine. This will help. Still crying eyeballs. They need to stop with the crying eyeballs. Ah! We need to get you upgraded. But you need fuel. We are also going to need more people to move in, so... I need 8 timbers. Oh, I better wait on that then. Can we build a pear tree yet? No, almost though. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. All right. So I need to ask you guys something. And this goes to YouTube and Twitch. Should I'll make a poll for Twitch. And I'll just ask YouTube the question. All right. Poll coming up. No, don't do a fucking thing. I'm going to ask a question. Jesus. It's not starting soon. I silenced it. Don't worry. Here's what we're going to do. Manage poll. New poll. So this is for the second territory. Should we gather farmland? Or weaponry. Yeah, I'm going to rephrase this. No, dismiss. I literally snoozed you for 5 minutes. It has not been 5 minutes. I call bullshit. Twitch is such a fucking shitter. All right. I have no farmland right now. But I also have no way of getting military. So up north, we have stones, so we could build a large castle and farmland. Or over here, we have unlimited meat and unlimited iron. So a well-fed, meaty army, or a well-defensed farming agriculture. And then, of course, on YouTube, you guys could just be like, farms, military, farms, whatever you want. All right, Carpa's going okay. We've got these being... Oh, they're finished being built. All right. Now we're going to need some duplexes, because we need not just, you know, backyard extensions. We need people. So the next stage of development will definitely be... Are we not getting iron? I could have swore... No, we've got iron coming in. Everything's just a little slow. That's fine. We could technically speed it up. I think we could actually afford to get more people and more markets in. We need this to be 75, and that would help. Just... Oh, we're 3 silver away from being able to build our pear farm. You know, honestly, too, do we have any rye fertility? I mean, we could plant rye. It would be a small farm. Oh my god. Next to church. Look at that. Wow. Wowie wow. Wowie wow wow. Oh, damn. How far into the trees does it go? You know, honestly... This will at least get us some bread. I mean, it's not gonna save any lives, you know? But... at least give us something. And honestly, it would make sense that the church would utilize it. Yeah. That looks dumb. Actually, that's just dumb looking. Really appreciate it if that wouldn't be dumb. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at the poll. Okay, you guys aren't going to believe this, but it was a tie. So, I guess I will wing it. You know what? Actually, let's delete this field here. We're going to come back through there, but let's build this one like so. And then build this one like so. Do I have enough room to put a road alongside the farm? Yes. That looks nice. And these will eventually, of course, upgrade into stables, so we could do that now. I do need a farmhouse to work on this, but I don't want it on the church's property. So let's get... What? I think I will. We'll take a look at our coastal design that we were thinking. And have this come up like so. And meet with the back side of the church. So I guess there would be a road running along the back side of the church because I don't think they care that much. Now we can get a farmhouse built down here. Obviously, some lakeside peasants would be working the farm, so we'll plan on that. At least we've got rye bread. Now, it's not enough rye bread to feed an entire nation, or a nation, an entire county, but we're at least starting with the basics. All right. It's time now. This is not going to be an artisan thing. Once we upgrade these people are actually going to be our bloomer and our smithy. This is going to be our basic weapons productions. A lot of the other crafting material we'll put here, kind of like the industrial, especially since we got our large storehouse right there. And we've got the granary here, which will help with the farming. We have enough money for the pears, so let's buy those now. These guys we've already established are going to be the richest people. You know, they're starting off as a timber manufacturing, but then they're going to evolve into orchards in the future. And we're actually going to put some homes here for the stinky peasants who work at the charcoal pits. And they're going to stay Burgage 1 plots. We're going to keep them dirty and... I think it might be interesting to see a road come up like so. And like so. Give us some interesting house designs to work off of. There we go. Now, I would like to point out, it's coming soon. It's not here yet. But it is interesting. I've noticed that some of these pictures have changed depending on the origins that I choose. But I don't know if it's because, oh, this is a food development. This is a market development. This is construction, smithing, castle. We'll have to see. That doesn't mean our level 2 homes have been built. Which are right here. Now, we need people to move in before we give these guys their artisan crafts. These were supposed to be duplexes, so we could spend some wood on that. I guess we can't spend wood on that. I'm a big liar. See, if I could secure at least a little food variety, I think we'll be good. What is the limit on this? 256? Alright. I'm I'm going to have you relocate over to here. I think with 2 families constantly fishing and with 2 families constantly doing mushrooms, we'll be good to go. They really like their vegetables, though. They definitely ate through them fast enough. There they are, planting the trees. Get on it, people! We don't have enough coin for anything yet. Well, once these homes start to fill up, we'll slowly start getting there. I need to take out more of these bandit camps so that I could get the influence that I need. Twitch is on a break for 1 minute and 15 seconds. Those of you with us up, thank you very much. You get to skip the breaks, and those of you on YouTube, you could just skip them, or if you have premium, you don't even have to look at ads. Buddy. Farmhouse has been built. We don't have the money to spend on that. What ads? These nuts? Do 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 do. You know, we actually do need to start thinking about another well. Because we are at that point where if a fire starts in the middle of town, we're gonna want people to have access to water to be able to put the fires out. Unfortunately, I kind of built over the most ideal places. Where's the nearest? There's a well up here. You know what? Let's put a well right here at the end of this road. And you know what? It would make sense if our poor charcoal burner folks actually lived near a well. Let's get them also another job too. We can get a woodcutter's lodge here. Probably up the road right there. Trees, as nice as they are to have in abundance, also provide a strategic disadvantage. Peekaboo, welcome. How are you doing, bud? Now, we've decided we were going to make this guy grow some vegetables. I like doing little pocket gardens. Yes. This is going well. Dude, hurry up with this iron, my guys. Actually, there's only 20 left. You know what? Why don't 2 of you return to what you were doing? I'm okay with 1 family being on the iron. Honestly, herbs couldn't hurt. And again, I need the money. Little inefficient pocket gardens just to kind of break up the monotony. I like the fact that in silver it costs, the cost is comparative to the size, you know. This guy's gonna be a carrots. After that, we have a plan for all of these homes, right? We need them to be vegetable gardens. But it also means we need to start thinking about some other options, such as an apiary. If we can get some apiaries built, the fertilization of these vegetable gardens will go up, as well as the rye field. But that also produces honey, which is a really easy animal byproduct to deal with. Finally, families are starting to move in, which is also good. I think it's time. We need to get ready. Boyer's Workshop. Trainer's Workshop. And we'll go Man-at-Arms. They're pretty intimidating. I like them for the offensive ability. I haven't had anybody die yet. I played very cautious in the beginning. I did not sprint towards the finish, you know? Oh, you're tired? Okay. That sucks, man, but I hope you get some relaxing. I'm planning on relaxing. I mean, we're only going to be streaming for another hour. Hour and a half. And I can already tell you, like, I'm just sore because I scraped and scrubbed the floors of the restaurant yesterday. So, it's not that I'm in pain. It's just, like, the leg and the arm burnings, but... I plan to rest, so I hope you do as well. By the way, hey, I'm glad you're here, Pika. Look up the game Battle Golf. It's Mario Kart battle mode and golf with a little bit of the explosive over-the-top Fortnite effects. The point of the game, it's still fucking golf, right? But people can hit your ball. They can hit your ball. You can shoot people. You can use orbital beam weapons on them. It's nuts, but I think you would like that. Like zombie muscle fatigue, caffeine tablets, success. You're not wrong. Okay, people who are a fisher, that's a forager. So is it this entire house that's fishermen? Yep. I want you to go work in the forager hut for the rest of your season. Because you've already fished everything you could fish. And at least... maybe I should buy that. I don't know. There's so much stuff I want to buy in this for the city, but... I need to keep my head on a swivel. Is this done yet? No. Probably won't be for another month. I mean, we got plenty of people kind of interested in moving in, it feels like. You know what? I know I wasted my money on this, but I think it would be better. I think those would be better as apiaries. I regret that money I wasted. This is what should have been purchased. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. The first thing, actually, I need to stop talking about spending money because the first thing I got to do is this. The blacksmith's workshop. Especially now. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Shit. Let's stop at 15. Okay? And we're going to come over here and build ourselves some archers. Oh, yeah. What shield are you doing? Oh, that's unfortunate. Here you go. Oh, I didn't even tell him. I want you, on the other hand, to stop when you have, like, thin. Still not enough money, so we have to wait for the next month. Then we need to consider starting to build our manor so we can charge these people some fat taxes. Okay. We're gonna have to take these guys out for the glory of the kingdom.
My liege.
I need money now.
Move quickly.
Because we're going to need to have a force to be reckoned with, you know. It's Control Z just to undo it. It's not called No Manor Lord. That's true. Hello, Desktop Polite Pilot Society. Polite? Well, you know, but Desktop Pilot Society. Hello.
Men. My lord. My lord.
Go.
March.
Defensive.
Units, stay still. Men.
You, stop running. Offensive. And
Forward.
let's have you guys stand like that.
Forward.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Stay together. Come on, lads. Come on. Stay together. Come on, lads. Come on. Stay together.
All right.
Stay together. Stay together.
I love the fast forward walking. Wish they had a Bannerlord combat system where you could be leading them. Well, supposedly that's kind of where they're going with it, but again, the third-person camera is still in extreme development right now. I mean, I could see if it works. Let's do this. Control C, escape. Let's save the game just in case it crashes. All right. Okay, return. Continue. That's the idea behind this. But it's still being fleshed out. Really? They don't want to fuck around? I kind of want them to get nosy.
Yes, sire. Yes, sire.
Okay, they're coming. So let's move these guys back to here.
Advance.
That's fine.
Forward.
All right, now all I need them to do is be super defensive. But I kind of want them to... There you go. Makes more sense to have them stand right here. Shield wall.
Formation shield wall. Advance.
All right, let's see how this works. I don't get it. Are they coming? Oh, they are. They just didn't load in yet. That's funny. It's just a fancy camera for now. There's a lot that Greg said he wanted to do with it, but he was just one dude and now he's 5. You know, I hope you realize that, like, this game's really only been out since 2024, and people have, like, really bad memories of what Bannerlords was like when it first fucking came out during its first year. It took a long time before Bannerlords was the game it is today. So, yeah. For now, it's just a fancy camera. I think the problem with gamers nowadays is it's like, I don't care if you're in early access. I expect this game to be completed in 2 years. It's like, I get that we spend money on early access, but small teams just don't operate like that. I'm not saying you're like that. I'm just saying that a lot of people are like, so wait, that's just this? And it's like, bro, this game hasn't even really been in operation that long. And it's already leagues where it was when it first released. Hey, we didn't lose a single freaking guy. Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing.
March. Yes, sire. Forward. March.
I will say, though, Project Zomboid, like, you know what's interesting about Project Zomboid? Project Zomboid did something that people don't realize. And it's been more than 10 years. Project Zomboid's been out since 2011, dude. So it's been 15 years. And yeah, better and better with each update. Exactly, because I don't think people realize that Project Zomboid had NPCs the moment it came out. But the game was... I mean, it was rough. here's a great picture of Project Zomboid, the original. Like, it's been incredible just how much that Project Zomboid's really come along. That's Project Zomboid, folks. Oh. Yes. The desktop capture is also really askew. Let's bring this into... There we go. It was very two-dimensional. It didn't have a whole lot of functionality. Although it did have NPCs and some minor quests. Also, just NPCs coming to shoot the hell out of you. It was very, very bizarre. And it was also hard to tell, like, what direction they were going. But it has come a long way. I love how I just saved us the time of them walking over here by chit-chatting. Okay, crazy idea. But... I say we go for it. I'm gonna have to decide for myself whether or not we're gonna do the farming or the no shit, you can't do it in a dense forest, so just go. Thank God. Alright. Actually, I think the 3-row deep was pretty good. That's 4-bit, not 8-bit? I will say, though, you know... Oh... They're after me now. They're after me, Lucky Charms! You know what? Shield wall. Too deep. Fall back. Get ready to fight. Archery. Come on. Form up. There we go. Wait for it. Shoot out well. They did mention that in one of the patches they may have fixed the way that the troops line up. We're not having to wait as long for the one wandering soldier to scramble his way through the woods. And I think that's a good feeling. Okay. We need a final decision. Military or agriculture? We need to decide. Agriculture and defense or military and etc. Yes, as long as they are farming. Okay. As long as they are honest. That is the key. I've always appreciated... I mean, there are times when Greg was like, oh, you're going to see updates way more often. That didn't happen with Manor Lords, but... And then there was the... He did go silent for like 6 or 7 months, but he ended up coming back and just saying, bro, that was crazy. That was way more work than I ever thought it would be. Advance! And hopefully he learned something. And I think he did, especially getting the team that he has. I know a lot of us are a little annoyed that it's like, we're working on trade. How about you give us all of the perks on the beta branch so we could fucking help you figure it out and then work the trade. Every time they inch forward, they got to rework trade. And I know it's because they want it to function so that people won't lose their shit, but anybody who plays these games shouldn't expect like everything to work perfectly right away. I mean, I know a lot of RTSs that even like Dota still getting rebalanced, you know? Things like that. It is November. I think it might be worth it might be worth considering some planting options. High yield of cabbages. I don't think you're big enough for cabbages. Let's have you do carrots. These guys could do cabbages, but I really think we need apiaries. That'll get us some animal byproduct. Okay. Oh no, I forgot to build my fucking sword. Blacksmith, why? Oh well, those were good calls. We need that stuff. Because with weapons, you take food. With weapons, I conquer already successful farming settlements, and then it's mine. I mean, I'll have everybody out to kill me like last time, but still viable nonetheless. These are all definitely going to be vegetable farms. I'm thinking cabbage, cabbage. Oh, they fucking die and starve. I noticed that if you have a well-fed population and they're not starving, when they get recruited into the army, their effectiveness will be above 100% for being in friendly territory, etc. But if their needs are not met and they are unhappy, then their fighting effectiveness goes down. And what controls their happiness? Food, how their clothing is, fucking taxes, religion. So them starving comes out of this. Approval goes down. Effectiveness also drops based on approval. Besides, when we're talking crops, we're really, let's be honest, we're talking barley for beer, grain for bread. All of the other stuff doesn't come from farms. So just because I have shit farming land doesn't mean I can't become a sheep producer and harvest livestock and make sausages out of their organs. Things like that. I mean, we've already got a pretty good fishing industry. It's just not enough for a big city. That's the frustrating thing. Still nobody at the charcoal burners yet. But we'll get there. Did somebody just move in over here? No, okay, they're still moving in over here. Here comes winter, everybody, yeah. Yeah, sure you betcha. So, apiation increases pollination strength by 2% per each active apiary up to 10%. So we only really need 5. Unless we want honey. Haggis, you mean? Nah, not always. There's something specific that makes haggis haggis. It isn't just that it's made out of sheep. Shit, we have sausages up here made out of pork, sheep, all sorts of things. Haggis also has oats in it. I mean, there's sheep sausage in Germany, too. But the difference is that haggis has oats. Mmm. Delicious. At least from a culinary scale. I would imagine if you're living in Scotland, everything made out of sheep intestine was haggis, but that's the specific difference. That's the thing that makes it unique. Mmm. Yeah. That is correct. But you can't make porridge in this game, so just sausage. That's gonna be amazing. I could claim it now, I just don't have the actual money to do anything with it. We would need haggis first, or porridge first. It would be nice to see porridge, considering we can get... Well, we would need to get an oat. I think oats would be really good. Haggis buff. We are generating enough money to constitute potentially some trade. But before we do that, I want military. I think it's more important that we go well-rounded rather than weird. I would prefer you do swords, and I would prefer you do until you have 15. Not 105, Jesus. All right. Do we have anybody moving into these houses yet? Nope. So we're still waiting on that. But we do have a trade route down here. So let's get some merchants. Let's see, this is our market. I think it does make sense for the trader to be up here. Where is it? Oh, duh. We are also going to need to get a livestock trading post because we're going to have to get some other meat. Yeah. I can see the sheep being off the side of the road. We saw that in Kingdom Come Deliverance. A lot of the stables were outside of the village. We do, however, finally have 9 people, so we could go pause the game because spring is cometh. Crop rotations. Let's start with some barley, rye, fallow, and then we'll do rye, fallow, barley, and then on this back end we'll do fallow, barley, and rye. And then over here we're gonna do rye, flax, fallow, because we're gonna need a little bit of flax, just a wee bit to keep us going. It did not take them long to build that livestock post. Jesus. Okay. Now, we've got everybody from this neighborhood. Forger. No, I didn't mean to click that. God dang. No, homie. All right, let's get you over here to the fishing hut. You need to be ready, okay? We're gonna get you to the fishing hut. And you, as well, to the fishing hut. Because as of March, you are going to be... Oh, man. Ay. Well, might as well bring out our spearmen. Take these 2 away so that we get more evenly distributed troops. Bring these guys out of their state. And I need them moved here. However, we're going to take... I think we're actually going to take money for me from that camp. I think that might actually be what we do. I think a little bit of aggressive... Oh, you know what else we could do is we could build half of a fort here and continue the fort here so that it looks like my manor is on both sides. Oh, that's good. That there is a good idea. Oh no! Roaming by nearby lands? Track their movement. Show me your moves. Alright. Shieldman, or spearman. Stay in our territory so that we get the bonus. Move up there. No need to run.
Men, my liege. Your orders. March, men.
Actually, you know what? I think it'll be funny if you guys hide in the woods.
Push forward. Keep shooting, my lord. Yes, sire.
Here they come. And of course, so that movement did not get fixed like they said it would be. They still run into each other and lock their formation. Okay. I'm going to need you to shield wall this like so. Get ready to run, archers. The battle started. Get into position. They should be very concerned. Because they're being shot right in the butt. Done. You guys, disband. You. Come on. Go touch that camp. Interesting. Come on, touch it. Send this to my treasury and get back over here. It's almost time. Now, instead of building walls, because I'd rather build them out of stone, when we go to build our manor, I only want the manor. And the garrison tower. Cool. We are going to need some stone. Oh, hello and welcome. Lola Paloma. Thank you for the follow. Lola Paloma. Don't know why I said it like that. Lola Paloma. We need to get a little mining done. I think we need a stonegunner's camp right here. Yeah, that's gotta be priority 1, guys. I'm gonna need that pretty quick if you don't mind. Please do the fishing. Get all of the fish. Yeah. Everything's going so well. We have 69 wealth. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and, you know, we should probably turn these right here into crops. Get some small vegetable gardens going. I mean, with a duplex on a medium field like this, should be plenty fine. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. People are starting to move in at accelerated rate. We still got homes to fill over there. The Chimkins are going to be making a little bit of variety. And we've got the apiaries. You know what? Enough monkeying around. I do need somebody over here, and I need to buy a horse. Nice. You know, let's put one family here. Where we just really need that. If I can go and bop all those damn encampments, it might be for the better. How many cows do we have? We have 3. We do not have enough to give to the farmers yet. Not that we would need to either, because I'm pretty confident we've got enough. Honestly, the church would have some sheep as well. The church has their land tenants. So let's get a sheep farm. Oh, first let's not get crazy. Let's build a pasture. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that. We could even get like a little road. Those. And if we build... It'd make more sense if the sheep farms were over here. Like... Let's do that. And that. Because then we can do another pasture. Like so. These are going to be homes. We really don't have a need to worry about that yet. Hello, Casadargo's Roar. How are you? Let's give you a shout out. What is up? Bam. Okay, so now we got people moving in down here. We've got 100 gold. So let's... Look at that, that was nice. And we'll worry about those later. That was a good spend with the gold. More vegetables. Doing well. We will need more vegetables. Okay. All of these people who are fishermen are now going to rotate their positions over to the forager hut. To go pick all those damn mushrooms. So now we got plenty of carp. There's probably still shit in there. No, there's nothing left in the storage. Hopefully soon we will have more than just carp. Okay, where is it? Where's my goddamn manor? There it is. New families are moving in. Everybody seems pretty happy with the way that the town is going. Don't worry, they will soon develop meat for me. Let's do some carrots. We have no iron ore. All right. We need to worry about importing iron. It'll be smarter to buy our warbow trading route before we buy the iron influx route. Thank God. Now, did they build? They did. All right, that's all I needed. Continue. Okay, so this is where it gets a little weird. We're just immediately going to start taxing people. Yep. That's what we're going to do. How's our lumber industry doing? Storage is maxed out, so we actually are going to have to build another one of those. Our little pear trees are starting to... What the fuck? Why are they using apple models? Even the Keenses look different. Whatever. Little apple pears. They're cousins anyway, right? Unless a raider camp wants to pop up. No? Okay. I feel like the AI is not really doing much. Oh my good lord. It seems they've slowed the way they spread. But I wonder what's going to start happening when they get aggressive. I'd like to see them get more aggressive. That's kind of a cool yard. Maybe when I take an area, or maybe they get aggressive after the first bandit raider raid, because that's when they get their influence. So if the raiders don't attack us, then it'll attack them. And that might be really interesting. We do have some gold. Diane! Okay, here's what we do. We click on the trade. We got Haggirls. What's up? I want to export some weapons. Okay. Maybe next month we'll be able to get the iron imported. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Trade weapons, bows. I want to keep 15. I don't think there's anything left, sir, so be on your way. Toodaloo. But we could use you here. In fact, I'd like you to import lamb until 4 o'clock. Or 4 o'clock, 4 people. Wow. You know what? I don't want you to do jack shit yet. We'll get sheep some other time. Let's make money first. How's everybody doing happiness-wise? I mean, could be better. What are you guys wanting after all? Beverages, garments, and fruits slash animal produce, which we are working on. We do have some chimkins. We could potentially start getting goats. I think I'm more worried about future-proofing my need for meat. Meat is going to be kind of huge for what we're doing. Because once they start eating all the carp, that is the one food that when they run out of, they will be very, very upset. Also, I should probably make the threshing priority of this pretty high. And we have enough workers. We should also probably consider building... No, not on the main stretch. Maybe even right here. Trying to find that 100% efficiency. Okay, okay, we're getting close. That's fine. This is our moment. Yes, this is our moment. This is our moment. Hello, good sirs. All right, everybody on me. First of all, archers, let's have you be group number 3. You know, keep yourselves like that. You guys can be group number 2. Would really appreciate it if you guys stuck to a defensive posture, and you could be group number 1. There. Perfect. Oh, fudge. Okay. Change of plans. 3. 2. Okay, how about this? You guys cluster in like so. Spearmen cluster in like that. Especially since I don't know why you did that, but like that. Okay, we're just gonna have to do the best that we can. I do kind of want you here just in case they charge you. I'd like them to try. And then you could just wait. Here they come. See, the thing is what we really need them, the archers, to do is at least kill one before they approach, because it kind of shows how they're being damaged. And it lowers their morale.
My lord, my liege.
This is perfect.
Units, push.
Now.
Push forward.
You, fire at will. You, fire at will.
At will.
Okay, swordsman. Spearman, you can go home. You guys can also go home. You can go home. You can also go home. Spearman, or swordsman, come over here and grab their crap. Thank you. Hogestead. I'm sorry, is that the territory? I don't think so. Look at the move they're trying to make. Am I going to be able to claim it for free? Interesting. Send this to my treasury. No, nearest town. Hello? Come back home.
Yes, sire.
Okay, guys, I lied. Re-up. We're gonna have our hands full. Ho ho, Gastare! Let's get people into position. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas, where are we fighting? Oh, here? We're fighting here? Nicholas. Who are you? Nicholas. What color are you? I think it was yellow. So that is a cool bluff. I like that. That'd make for a good castle. Okay, so let's take our army. I'm gonna put you guys over here on the battlefield. We're gonna put these guys like this on the battlefield, and then we're gonna put our retinue over in the trees. No need to run. Where? Yeah. I don't even think you have enough money for mercenaries, do you? I mean, I've been taking all of the bandit camps. Oh, there they are. They were coming out. They were using the brush. Okay, so interesting approach. They've got some spearmen, which isn't good. Okay. Spearmen. Shield wall. They're both as expensive as one another, but we're gonna have to do it. Because there's their other troops, see?
Yes! Run! Run! Move quickly!
Give it your all. My liege. Charge,
My God.
my lord. My liege. Charge. Men,
I don't know why they're running like that.
quickly. Faster. Yes, sire. Kill them.
This just means we're gonna have to be a bit more careful on our end. I can't believe they just came in and cut the head from the snake like that. But at least we're making them waste their money. All right, come on, let's go.
Move quickly! Run! Yes!
You took a little bit of a beating, but you're fine. All right, this is our chance. Huh.
Yes! March!
Ready yourselves, men. Scouts are reporting enemy forces on the east. Here it comes. Archers! This is going to cost him a lot of money. This mistake.
My liege. Back to formation.
Fire at will.
At will.
My liege!
My liege. Give it your all.
I don't know why the swordsmen are going slow. They're not in any freaking shield wall. We just lost an entire group of archers because our swordsmen were just walking. That is fucking embarrassing.
My liege!
My lord. Men. Advance. March. Away. Orders.
I guess we're gonna have to do tighter formations.
Units, stay still.
We might lose all of our retinue in this, but we may have won the war.
Give it
Offensive!
your all.
Where? Where are you sending more enemies? Oh.
Your orders. Advance.
My liege. Yes, sire.
Where are you sending? From my home? This is your idea?
My liege. Forward.
Are you kidding me? Oh, you spearmen are stupid.
Lord, destroy them. Forward. March. Forward.
Now they're just trying to desperately put men on the marker. Okay. Archers. Here. Archers. Here.
Yes, sir.
Melee guys, in front of the archers.
Yes, sire.
You guys, you're the brunt of it.
Forward. My liege. Sire. Yes, sire. Forward.
My lord.
Your orders. Unit
Defensive, stand your ground, like that.
orders.
Defensive.
Fast.
You.
Yes, sire. Yes. Forward. Sire. Everybody forward. Your orders. Attack. Kill them. Everybody forward. Destroy them. Your orders.
Uh-oh!
My liege.
No, I ran out of money. Shit.
My liege. Advance. Men.
Why are they just standing there all confused like?
Yes, sire.
Did I just win? Oh my fucking god, I won. Holy crap, that was insane. We lost everything. That battle literally cost us everything. But we have that farmland now. And now winter is approaching. Our town is going to be devastated by the news. In the meantime, it's time for us to not worry about the past and instead rebuild. Therefore, we're going to come over here. We're going to take the iron ore. We're going to import, and I want 30. Also, we're going to get our trader a horse. We need to consider different food varieties now. Our people are pretty devastated. We don't need those. We don't even have... I mean, we have a retinue, but we ain't got nobody in it, so that's gonna be rough. Jeez! Polyfo, hello! You come in right at the end of the stream. I just got a notification that our power's flickering on our road. So I may have to go and start getting ready for a power-free night. I say power free like that's a good thing. It's not. Why are you not letting me build this? I'm looking at the regional wealth. Like, I don't understand. Did we, because we've been playing this game in fast forward so much, eat the ice cream first? Nah. We got a chest freezer. If the power goes out and it's going to be really that bad, we'll just unplug it from the wall and go take the chest freezer outside. It's like a, I don't know, it goes up to my belly button and it's like 3.5 feet long, 2 feet deep. But we'll just go put that outside. Let it stay cold. Did I do this right? Okay. Return. Continue. So many people lost loved ones in that fight. That was nuts. But we do have iron coming in. So there's that. Someday we'll have enough money to actually build there. Someday. Also, 84 days until the raiders show up. Great. I'm super happy about all of this. But as you can see, we are recouping quite a bit because the issue wasn't that we didn't have the population to fill the spots as much as it was we didn't have the tools. Now that we've got, I'm sorry, backwards. Wasn't that we didn't have the tools, it's that we didn't have the population. So once we lost all those spearmen, now all of a sudden our militia footmen are actually going to be 2 groups. I'd rather start to get more. You guys will be known as the rank 2. Second rank. Alright, you guys are done picking, right? So we're going to take you off of this, and then we're going to reassign you to this fishing hut so that you can get to fishing immediately. I literally... Okay, I am reassigning you to the fishing hut. There you go. And you... Fishing hut. There we go. They'll be ready in March once that population boost goes up. We've got a pretty decent population. That's actually something that we could do. We do have grain, right? We got a little bit of rye grain. But you know that it's still bread, it's still something, it's a food variety. I was gonna make a weaver, but I think we should wait on the weaver until we actually get flax, or until we get some sheep out here to do the wool. If we can get the wool, then we'll be okay. Still nobody in the poorer neighborhood yet, so we're not gonna have charcoal for a bit. We do have the population to comfortably max out all of these. That way we don't have to suffer spoiled goods anymore. This is good. It's all very good. How's our army looking? Growing strong. Good. I think, how's the patch so far? I like it. It slowed down the aggressiveness of the AI. Now, I don't have a problem with the AI being aggressive, but it was too aggressive. If before year 3, they've already got 3 of the other territories conquered and are trying to push a move on you, this allows a more vertical design with your villages. It also gives credence to specialized villages. A lot of people spike their way up to tier 3 so that they can have enough people to handle their giant farming industry, but now that they've put a different tier 3 and tier 3 has been moved to tier 4, you could still have a larger population with that tier 3 home, yet the requirements that you need to provide these people with aren't that much different than the tier 2. So you don't need extreme to flood the streets with ale just to keep your populace happy. So it gives you a 3rd tier. That's where the cobbler station gets unlocked. It's where the bakery gets unlocked. They've made some improvements on the bakery because these communal ovens are just, they're ass. They are absolute garbage. But that 3rd tier will give a lot of growth in the middle game. We've been playing this one pretty slow. We're not even we're 50 days away from the big raider raid that's supposed to take place. But I think this is a good place to stop because if the raiders come up here, then these guys will be able to take the raiders out and then immediately start claiming territory. If they come into here, we're going to have to defend it for our lives. We want them to come over here. Every time they win against the raiders, yes, they spend money, but they gain influence. And influence is how they take over areas. So you still need to be careful that you're making sure that they're not robbing influence as much as they can. For example, I've been crushing every bandit camp that shows up. So this guy generated a bunch of influence by upgrading to a stone church, and that's how he's been fighting me, is with that influence. Over here, though, this person really hasn't gotten a stone church, which is why we haven't seen them try to take any territories yet. So it is interesting to see that now it feels like the NPC's towns are a little more geared toward a specific way of playing, given the environment around them. And they have a greater impact on the economy. More importantly, this is the new map, Twin Lakes. I really enjoy this. In fact, I was joking with Chad, I want to take Klein Way here, V here, and I want to build my manor here and build my wall around my lake so that my manor in that county would just be, that lake is theirs. It is their lake. Other than that, I have not had issues with oxen getting stuck. I've tried to run the game for as long as I could in 3-speed to see if we'd start seeing traffic jams and some of the things that people aren't talking about. The armies are a little smarter in getting into formation, but there's still a lot of pathing that kind of makes them stupid. Once we get an actual manor with a stone wall built around it, I want to test a siege mechanic to see if they still transport through walls. Because if they do, then don't bother trying to build a big stone castle if they're just going to phase through the walls like they did in our last playthrough. But that's where we are. I have noticed that these black marks, before, they're supposed to look like those little gray pencil shavings, but before, when I had these black marks all over the place, I noticed that they would start imprinting all over the rest of the map. That has not happened. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean when you lay out your crop fields and then all of a sudden you see just a weird mark over here in the same shape. That has not occurred. So I'm glad to see that. By the way, we don't have any more. I don't know why I forgot to do something with that, but let's go ahead and save the game. Now, this is on YouTube, and we did try streaming this at the 2K bitrate today. So hopefully, I'm going to watch it tonight. Hopefully, this means that when we are reviewing footage on YouTube, it's not going to be a blurry subpar experience. Because I know that you could have the cleanest 1080p recording, 60 frames per second, up to YouTube specifications. And through their compression systems or their downscaling or whatever they're doing, you end up getting a 720 blurry mess, especially with high movement games. So the only way around that is to go to 1440p, and then you get a more solid stream. The issue is that until recently, I mean, NVIDIA drivers and OBS have not been friends together. So even though I've had this computer for 13 months now, streaming at 2K was a struggle. But luckily, one of the members of my YouTube community hit me up with some suggestions and links and pointed me in the right direction. So super awesome. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I will be here tomorrow once again, weather permitting, of course. But tomorrow we will be streaming some Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 hardcore chat versus streamer. So if you want to participate in the chat integration part of that, you just have to watch on Twitch, generate channel points, and then you can use it. Otherwise, feel free to stop on by, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye. All right, for the rest of us, let's go get a raid so that you guys can get your complimentary bonus channel points.